Decided to talk a possible 10x in your portfolio. This is not financial advice. This is bringing together a system so that you can create your investment system. And I'm bringing together the elements. One element is how you do your portfolio construction. One element is how you pick the 10 assets that have the potential to 10x. This is what we do today. The other thing is how you research if that asset is solid enough, doing a due diligence or your research system. And then the last part is your rebalancing system and taking profits in between. These are the elements of your investment system. And this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm sharing with you my own research and how I have built my investment system based on which principles. So today I want to talk with you about the metaverse because, as you have experienced over the last 3 weeks, we are in a bull market. And in this bull market, there is a dip in a wave. It's not a bear market. The bull market will still go on for a couple months. But in this bull market, there is a small wave downwards. And we use the Elliott wave analysis technique and many other models. But in the Elliott waves, you always have waves coming and then flowing away. And we are at 70% of the Bitcoin wave, which then also has an effect and influences the altcoins. And so we are in the second stage of that wave. So there will be no 10x there in this wave. So we have to look at the next waves. And what are the next waves? I've been observing over the last 2 weeks which waves are still here. So the DeFi wave is kind of in a dip. Which wave is here right now at the beginning so that it's really a good moment for a 10x entry? And that wave is the metaverse, or as we call it, the omniverse. So this series is about which omniverse plays can be at 10x. Today we'll look at something. You see here one game called Blood Rune, and this game is an omniverse game. So when you play and you have a new sword, you don't have to lose your sword. When you go and play the next game, you can take your sword with you, you can lend it, you can borrow it, you can sell it. It's yours, it's in your wallet. And that's the possibility of the blockchain games wave, that people who create and who achieve, they keep what they have created. And when they move to the next game, they keep it with them or they sell it and keep the value. So these are games where the value that you create and that you bring in stays with you. And that's why they make sense and are relevant. Now, this is an example, and I'm showing you this game because it's built on the Phantasma chain. And this is what we are going to analyze today. Phantasma, the ticker is SOUL, SOUL, has done really well. If you don't have any, it might be an entry point this week. If you have some, it's not a good entry point because we are slightly above basis according to the Bollinger Bands. RSI 61, you want to enter below 30 in terms of relative strength, and you want to enter below moving average. We are slightly above today, so it's not the perfect entry point. But let's go through our checklist of the 10 items to see if we should wait for it to cool down below moving average so that we snipe it or not. So we are in the research system. If you're new to this channel, you need a portfolio construction system, you need an assets selection system, an entry system, and an exit system. You need a research system and a rebalancing system. And this is the research system, the 10 questions that you ask yourself before considering buying anything. And today we applied it to Soul, Phantasma. Ticker symbol Soul, and that's the image. Let's see, does it solve a real problem? I gave it a green yes, because for gamers, it's a real problem that you create something and then somebody else owns it. They will not accept it any longer if they have the alternative. So yes, it creates a real solution. Is the size, the total addressable market big enough? Yes. Gaming numbers, we have done a whole video about that. It's a huge industry. We're talking huge total addressable market, and it's here already, so we don't have to wait for the gaming market to start. It's here already, and it's growing. Is it decentral? Kind of. It was yellow because yes, there are stakers, validators, gamers, and developers, but not so many yet. So that's why it has 10x potential, but it's far from being decentralized right now. And everything starts in a centralized way in crypto, and then if it works, it's gradually decentralized. Except the number one perfectly engineered pristine reserve asset, Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only thing that was born decentralized, but of course it was created by a group of people or one person. We don't know. But it was created with a decentral mindset from the beginning. Network effects, it's highly scalable. There is ghost market in there where you can buy NFTs, and it's the first cross-chain NFT market, which makes me bullish in it. I gave it a green because that will be a problem to solve. Like right now, you have to think about the chain. Am I on Ethereum chain? Am I on the Fantasma chain? Am I on the Solana chain? And you see it with the wallets. It's quite an irritation. We will soon be at a level of product development where the user doesn't have to think about the chain because they are interoperable. And it's like when you do a phone call, you don't think about in which network you are calling. You just push a button and you call, and that's how the user experience will be in crypto soon. But in order to get there, you need a cross-chain capability, and they have this, and they are the first one to have it. Soon there will be more, but for now. Competition risk. Competition is fierce, and especially when you are competing against Ethereum, which I wouldn't like to, right? So the strong thing, it introduces esports to blockchain. The weak thing, also very strong, that it's 5,000 times faster than Ethereum, but Ethereum has all the network effects on its side. Solana is trying to surpass Ethereum, and it is surpassing it in terms of growth, but still Ethereum is holding strong because of its already accrued network effects. And when you have network effects, you are kind of unstoppable. Kind of. Inflation risk, there is a 3% inflation rate. Now, many other analysts will say 3% is fine. I'm not fine with 3%, so that's why we have yellow. We have 100 million in circulation, 103 total supply, and there is some inflation there, so I will not give it a green. We always go for deflationary here. And one thing that I needed to wrap my head around is that they have two coins. One is the governance token, Soul, and then there is the gas token, the one that you use for transactions, and that's KCAL. So to 2 tokens, a governance token and one to mint. And as soon as I got my head around it, I could give it a green anyway. Velocity, growth and direction. Yes, it's 5,000 times faster than Ethereum, so on the technical side, they're fast. They are 3rd generation blockchain, so it's the 4th year that they are in game. So there is a little bit, if you think of the Lindy effect, the longer a thing is in the market, the stronger it's the probability that it survives. In this case, in crypto, it's important. So 4 years is better than 1 year, but investors didn't say anything to me, and also the team didn't say anything to me when I checked them on LinkedIn. So this is yellow and yellow, but the team wasn't red because one of the developers developed the Phantom wallet, and I love the Phantom wallet, and I guess everybody does who uses it. And then another one created the debugger for the new blockchain. So they have some experience and they have delivered. Yeah, it wasn't enough for me for green. Community is strong. There is the Pavilion Hub full of games and ton of games in the pipeline. Steam integration right there, which is very developer friendly. And the technical analysis looks good. But with all these fundamentals, if the fundamentals are bad, a good technical analysis doesn't make it better. Still, to finish our technical analysis, I watched Bollinger Bands, RSI, Sharpe ratio, and if you look at the market cap, which is with 64 millions, very low market cap, and the price right now is at 6 cents. One can imagine a 100x to 6 billion, because 6 billion is still quite small if you think that 60 billion is the size of ADA, and ADA, so Cardano, does not have this functionality yet. So they are technically better than Cardano. And Cardano has a market cap of 60 billion. That would be 1,000x from here. And the thing they're competing against, Ethereum, that would be 10,000x from here to 600 billion. So this is interesting, actually. We will have to look at the team, velocity, at community, and at competition, inflation, and decentralization. From a pure technical analysis standpoint, this is an interesting play. For me, it's not enough. As you can see, technical analysis is 1/10 of a criterion here. But this is the due diligence on Fantasma Soul. Hope that helps, and keep rolling, everybody.